We're live. I didn't script that. I didn't script the whole woo thing.
No, we decided that.
8 episodes in, we're still doing it, huh?
8 episodes in.
9 episodes. 9.
9 episodes in. Thanks, Ethan.
God, wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 9, as you just said, of Dice Dogs. I am your Dungeon Master, as always, Connor Mann, and with me is Sophie, Vinn, Finn, Ethan, and M. And yeah, Sophie, Vinn, Finn, Ethan, M. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice to know that
9 episodes.
9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Whoever the hell we are.
God, can you believe we're on 9 episodes already?
I know, right? Yo, we're gonna be level 3 at some point soon. Shit's about to get nasty. Point. We all get to pick a subclass.
Sure. You don't.
Skin book.
Oh yeah,
Skin
he might
know
kill
what
her.
the milestones are.
Skin book. Skin book. Skin book.
Vin really wants his skin book, please.
I want my skin book.
I'm really excited to see what kind of real life prop he creates or procures in order to simulate the skin book. So please.
I'm very frightened.
I'm very afraid of
skin.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
about. So how is everybody doing?
Great.
Doing good. How are you, Connor?
I'm alive.
Barbarian.
It's spring here in Oregon, and where I am in this particular part of Oregon, there's a lot of greenery, which means every time I step outside, I can no longer breathe. So
oh, you have allergies?
Yeah, very bad allergies.
I
woke up this morning and my nose wasn't working. Like, I tried to breathe through it and there was nothing. So I just was sitting in my bed like, It was very not at all attractive.
It's okay, Sophie wasn't there.
But other than that, I am better because we're about to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah!
Yay!
Dragons.
Ooga.
Ethan with the awooga. So before we get started on episode 9 of Dice Dogs, is there any housekeeping? Anything that anybody wants to say? Any news?
I'm drinking.
I have a banana.
Follow us on Twitter.
I have a dice box. Sponsored by.
I have depression.
Follow us on Twitter.
I'm gay.
I didn't know what to add to that. I didn't know what
Bitch, we all have depression.
Does anyone here not have depression?
Raise your hand if you don't. That's what I thought.
Shut up!
God, I'm gonna title this episode The Red Flag. Oh boy.
It's fine.
For more than one reason, Connor.
It's why we're friends.
Mom, Dad, I know you guys are watching. I'm fine. I'm okay. It's a joke.
Oh my God.
I'm alright.
Call your son.
Hi guys!
Hi Mom, hi Dad.
Just
some allergy
imagine episode 10 starts and it's
Mr. Connor's dad. I had a dream once that a bunch of us went over to Connor's house to hang out, and you made chicken. So if you're good at making chicken, then this is a sign from the gods, and I'm coming to your house.
I'm on my way. I know where you live. I have your address.
The thing is,
I'm drinking for that.
The thing is, my dad makes really banger chicken too. So
exactly. See, I'm saying.
Quite plausible.
I sent that figure to your house.
So before we get started, does anybody remember what happened last game?
Yes.
Okay.
Lore Master Vinn.
Vinn read out his note.
I did read my notes to 6 earlier. We had some fun times. Most importantly, Ozla and Fenkin discussed ditching the party to head to the Menagerie Coast and find the lunatic that was depicted in the note that Ozla beat out of Gesh with her words this time.
This time.
Things got a little saucy last session. Everybody got naked at one point. It was lovely. Connor blessed us with a beautiful naked orc as well. Also very lovely.
Never
Thank
say
you,
your
thank
DM didn't provide.
Hey.
We got some magical items, which are very cool. Fenkin got a hat that makes vermin.
And
Vermin. Nox got a cool new sword.
Hell yeah.
I got a dark shard amulet. And Gesh left a gift for Kubo. I don't think that will be the last time we see Kubo.
asshole.
And now we are leaving Zadash, and I had a voice talk in my ear telling me that I should go to the coast. It was the cowboy. I think my books might be touching, so I'm gonna need to put something between them because that's a little
Yeehaw. Yeah.
weird. Yeehaw.
Leave room for Jesus. Books might be touching.
There's something very sensual about my books are touching, but God knows I can't find it. Anyway,
We'll just let that sit and move on.
we'll just let that germinate. Anyway,
Gross.
Trouble.
so who's ready for
Yeah.
episode 9 of Dice Dogs?
Nobody. I mean, I am.
Revenge of the Sith.
My equipment isn't, but I am.
Yeah, Ethan's having
His laptop isn't.
What can you do in a pandemic when we're also playing with people who are like all around the world? Nope. It is what it is. We make it work.
Hell yeah.
One more thing before we get started. Travis Willingham, if you ever want to, do an intro for us, give me a call. I will pay.
Give me a call. I'm PR. I run the Dice Dogs Twitter. Connor
He
will
is
cry.
PR. Connor will cry.
Could you imagine somebody opens an episode of Dice Dogs and the first 30 seconds is Travis Willingham's sculpted face just smiling at the camera and it's just
and you crying in the background.
crying in the background. Oh my
Just an
god.
audio clip.
Yeah.
All
Alright, I'm ready. My dice are vibrating. I'm ready.
He
joins us for Discord call.
That's my dice.
With that horrible sentence underway, here we go. I'm going to read you the little intro that I wrote. Hello to Finn's cat Cora, who I will die for.
Hi, little baby.
You will.
You will.
After leaving Zadash, the shepherds have taken to traveling southward, down the roads that lead away from the Zemni fields and from the borders of the Dwendalian Empire as a whole, though they have yet to breach those heavily fortified boundaries. The wood and the roads beyond Zadash are still very much imperial, and it will be quite some time before they are able to wander out from under the looming shadow of the Empire itself. In the time that they've traveled together, this loose band of strangers from nearly every walk of life, they have become closer, and the beginning of a sort of trust has begun to build, with a few exceptions perhaps. The stinging words of Ozla and Gesh's previous conversation still hang in the air like a graying cloud. The grim portents surrounding the quiet Warlock and his nighttime mumblings and ramblings have left an awkward air, to say the very least of things. Still, though, there is a merriment of a kind when Nox plays her flutes and stories are shared. And though, come morning, there are difficult decisions to be made and hard conversations to be had, every one of them can take solace in a good night's sleep. Save, of course,
Wonder who that is.
Of course.
I wonder.
Dhuur'in. You do not often have difficulty remembering your dreams. After all, they are truly frightening visages, ones that turn your stomach still, even years after devoting your life's work to the great nuclear chaos, the blind dreamer, the demon sultan Azathoth. What you see in your dreams every night is enough to turn the stomach of any battlefield veteran, for yours are dreams of things that should not be. The dreams of him in the Gulf are enough to retch a pious priest into fits of screaming madness, and yet to you, they are an occurrence as common as meals. And yet, despite their commonality, There's not been a dream too terrible that you could not remember. Until now.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
You awaken with a start, Dhuur'in. The green flame in your eyes flares like a pair of sickly bale torches in the dark, casting an eerie glow into the tent. You feel sick to your stomach, and you feel cold, the coldest you have ever been. You're shaking. You can't remember your dreams. By the gods, you can't remember. For the life of you, you cannot recall what you saw. In the throes of woe-begotten slumber, but you can still hear them. The traced voices from your dream. Those you can hear quite clearly indeed. You heard Ozla begging for the pain to end. You heard Fenkin choking on his own blood and bile. You remember that Gesh was somewhere, screaming incoherently, something about not being able to find Nox's head.
The fuck?
All of them were screaming, crying, retching. And then they were all screaming at you, begging to know why you betrayed them, begging to know why you were feeding them to your master. And when you looked to your God, your Savior, the light in the darkness you have trusted for so very long, you remembered clearly that there was no answer. Because that cold thing in the center of the universe didn't even know you existed. And when the terror of the memory of the voices finally leaves you, just enough for you to take in your surroundings, you realize that you are clinging to something. Something huge and heavy. Hard enough to scrape your fingers against the blue scales and make them bleed. The voices are gone. There is only snoring. There is only quiet. Still. Tranquil. Cut only by the sounds of sleep and your own whimpering. So, Dhuur'in, as you wake up in this cold sweat, you realize that you're clinging onto Gesh of all people, who's still kind of asleep. But as you sort of wake up and maybe sit up or whatever, you look around and you kind of see that everybody's still asleep in the tent as well. You have Fenkin over in his hammock that's kind of like attached to the pole that's in the center of the tent, and against one of the poles, like against one of the further walls, he's sleeping in a hammock right there. Ozla is also asleep on a mountain of pillows with Princess curled up on her stomach, snoring very loudly, an empty stein in her hand. But yeah, so you wake up in this cold sweat, and Ethan.
Yes, that's still my name.
With your training as a monk, you've learned certain breathing techniques, and you've also learned certain sleeping techniques. A certain way of staying in a trance between the realm of sleep and the realm of awakening. And you feel something very tight clinging to your arm, tugging you back into the realm of the waking.
So, did I miss something? Am I awake now? Or?
Yeah, you're still kind of like half asleep, but you're feeling something like kind of squeeze your arm really, really hard.
Gesh just goes back to sleep. Dhuur'in's like
There's a death grip on Gesh's arm, both hands, nails digging into his scales.
Oh wait, it's
And when Dhuur'in wakes, he grips harder
Ow.
and kind of pulls whatever closer to him until he realizes that it is Gesh, and lets go slowly. And then he starts to pull Gesh's sleeve up to see if he wounded him without waking him up.
Oh.
I'm going to say, despite that, Gesh, you very much felt all of that, and by now you're very much awake.
I'm scrambling to pull your sleeve up and see if I hurt you.
And as you wake up, Gesh, and roll over, you kind of there's a moment where you're just kind of watching this very dismal dark elf just rummaging with your sleeve before you both look at each other, and there's this awkward pause.
He's stealing.
Good morning.
What?
Good morning.
Did you lose something over here?
No. Are you wounded?
No, I was healed pretty well from the stabbing I got. Well, the day
Gesh, it's
before
at
yesterday.
this point that you can see that Dhuur'in's face is the sweatiest you've ever seen it. What few locks of hair that are still long on his head are clinging to his forehead, and he seems almost sickly in a way.
Touch his face.
Mop it up.
I'm just like.
I sigh and I kind of start to put his sleeve back where I found it. I'm arranging it the way that it was.
Just pat.
If you need someone to sleep by, it's okay.
She.
I have a question.
Ask away.
Do you trust me?
Yes.
There's a deep sigh of relief. He is still no less sick and kind of shuffles backwards a bit, sits up, pulls his knees up, swallows back the bile that's made its way up the back of his throat. Good, I think. I should not give you reason not to.
This doesn't make me want to trust you.
Oh no.
Oh, she's back. There we go.
The dreams I have. I do not trust myself.
Then I'll just have to trust for the both of them.
Okay.
Anybody who says D&D is only fun with combat, go fuck yourself. That line was raw as shit.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh fuck. Anyway, so Dhuur'in, with this new information pertaining to you do feel a little bit better. You're still very much shaken by the dream, and even if you do attempt to roll over and go back to sleep, you find that it's pretty much impossible for you at this point. So when you sit back up, maybe to just kind of leaf through your book, or I don't know what Dhuur'in does, just watch his friends as they sleep.
Yeah.
There is a moment where you look to where Nox's usual area in the tent is, and you see the lavish mess of like silken pillows, and you see that she's not there. And you remember that you had agreed to take over watch for her when you next woke up. She was supposed to wake you up when it was your turn, but since you're awake now, with no hope whatsoever of sleep until dawn, once more drops, perhaps it's best to relieve her of her duties a bit early.
I think so. I will gear back up, armor and robe and the like, because you shouldn't sleep in your armor.
Right.
And I will, as quietly as I can, exit the tent.
I'm gonna say that even though like the inside of the tent is like really big and really nice, and there's a lot of space, I'm still gonna say that like you accidentally, when you got your staff up, maybe you accidentally golf balled Princess off of Ozla's stomach, and he came rolling to the ground, waking up with like his 2 blinking eyes. But as he sees that you're making your way out the tent, he follows you. Nox, you have been sitting outside under the stars in the full moon for about an hour and a half now. And what you've been doing is up to you, but you've basically just been sitting in front of a campfire. What have you been doing this entire time?
Well, okay. Initially, Nox is not necessarily always the type to kind of give herself to like brooding. Not that she doesn't have, deeper thoughts in that sense, but generally speaking, she's the kind of person that takes the mindset of, whatever isn't helping me or is distracting me from whatever I'm doing at this moment is not worth spending time on. So thinking about things, regretting things, most of the time she kind of just avoids that because she's looking forward, she's in the moment. But lately with this party, this is certainly the longest she's ever been with a singular, what you might call adventuring party, unless I suppose you were to consider her original caravan to be something along the same lines. But even then, her caravan was, bards and traders and people that all kind of had very similar backgrounds to her and to each other. And this is definitely the only time that she's gotten to know people so closely that have had wildly different life experiences to her. And so on this night, she kind of found herself intrigued by that thought, by the different circumstances that led all of these extremely different people to the same place at the same time, and united them towards the same goal, even if that goal, for the most part, has been, getting a paycheck for the jobs that they've been doing. And so she's kind of been thinking about that. She's been mulling over what she knows. Obviously, she doesn't know a ton about all of these people. Some people she knows more about than others. But even the little that she knows about people like Gesh, for example, or Dhuur'in, it doesn't take a genius to deduce that they've come from some pretty fucking wild circumstances that are pretty different from anything that she's seen. So she's just been kind of sitting out there. She is still on watch, so she's been, every once in a while, like straightening up, kind of poking around the perimeter, to make sure that everything is okay before she goes back and just kind of sits by the fire. She's for once kind of enjoying the solitude and the quiet time to just kind of think. So she's probably going to take a second to notice Dhuur'in coming out, because she's just done a little lap around the perimeter and she's come and sat back down in front of the campfire.
Yeah. Okay. So you watch as the small tent flap opens from what to you looks like a very tiny A-frame tent, and out comes a hooded and robed Dhuur'in with Princess Dinner following not that far behind. If you look down, you kind of see Princess just kind of like absentmindedly chewing on a corner of his robe, not like chewing to tear, but just chewing to kind of like teeth on it or whatever.
None.
I poke my head out. I stand up. I fix all my. I'm like,
all your armor and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm finishing the buckled undershirt.
She kind of sees him, makes eye contact, nods at him, and then gestures with her head for him to come over by the fire.
And I do. I kind of put my, I sit and I put my staff in my lap over top of my book.
Holding the book protectively.
Always.
She says, she's looking into the fire, and she says, you are here to relieve me of watch, I assume, yes?
Yes.
She kind of hums, and she's quiet for a couple of seconds, and then she says, my friend, have you traveled a lot?
On my own.
Yes. And when you traveled, did you enjoy it, or was it necessity?
I had to.
You had to.
As you guys are talking, Nox, if you're moving your tail at all, Princess isn't like batting at it or like swatting at it or anything, but he's very much like
he's watching it. He's gonna catch it someday once he decides to move. Yeah, she her tail kind of just sways. She's not really paying attention to him though, to the raccoon. She says, well, how far have you traveled, would you say?
You're gonna make me pull up the map.
Get that map.
Mountain and sea.
And where is your home?
There's like a sharp intake of breath.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me fucking pull up the map so I can be accurate. One moment.
All right.
I have it saved on my phone. Fucking somewhere.
Now for a word from our sponsor, Spiked Condoms. Spiked Condoms. I don't know how we're still in business.
Spiked condoms. Sign a warranty. Sign your life away.
What if it was just like, Spiked Condoms? Ah!
You made me think of with the dog collars with the spikes on them and everything. I thought it was like that for a second.
Spike condoms. If you're brave enough. God.
Spiked condoms. If you're not happy with the number of holes that you have.
I was not prepared for this conversation.
Why are you guys so quick with this?
Oh, I regret the joke.
And we haven't even got on to our new sponsor, Bad Dragon.
Okay.
Speaking of Bad Dragon, Gesh!
God.
We get a special sponsorship from Bad Dragon and they make a Gesh toy.
Yeah!
Gesh
With a double action!
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I think you've
Vinn.
Vinn, take it away. Get us back on track.
Okay.
Vinn, please.
All right. She asks him where his home is, and there is a sharp intake of breath. He gets real tense in the shoulders. I have no true home any longer. I had a small space in the Pearlbow Wilderness. That was home.
I
As
see.
much as I could make it.
Do you ever return?
I have not.
Ah. You and I are alike in this sense, then. And then she kind of sighs and she shifts a little bit where she's sitting, and she says, "You know, Tabaxi as a people are generally seen as travelers and wanderers and adventurers, and for the most part, this is true. But everyone has a home of some kind, and sooner or later, either with your body or with your mind, you are meant to return. But among the Tabaxi, or perhaps only among my family, there was a story, a cautionary tale of the Tabaxi who lost her tail. And it is a very literal story, and I won't bore you with the details, but the moral of the story is that when you lose something that you are so close to, that is literally a touch to you, you will always feel its loss. You will never truly return home."
As you start
You want to say
this,
something? Yeah.
as you start this story, Princess gets closer and closer to your tail.
Nox is not noticing. She might notice if she gets bitten in the middle of her talking. But for now, her tail is just kind of, swaying a little bit idly. And she says, "I would like to think that I have not lost my tail just yet. I think that there is still some sort of home that I have somewhere. But lately, traveling with all of you, I have been wondering if that is true. Because if I were to return somewhere else, I don't know what I would be returning for." And then she looks down at herself, kind of at where she's just like, kind of straightening her armor that she's been wearing, and then she just kind of like scoffs a little bit at herself, and she's like, "I don't know why I'm telling you this. You didn't ask."
It is nice to talk.
I'm curious to hear you, of all people, say that. It seems your attitude has changed quite a bit since we met.
And right after you say that, your words turn into a scream as a sudden sharp pain clamps down on the base of your tail.
Her tail like puffs up like when a cat is startled, and whatever like intimacy was in this moment is shattered, because now she's trying to kill Princess with her claws.
So
I'm making a grab. I'm making a grab for the raccoon. I did not know.
You fleabag! I will kill you for that.
So Gesh,
Yes?
What's your passive perception, by the way?
Oh,
It doesn't have to be very high to
12. It's 12.
Okay, so I'm gonna say since you're closest to the entrance of the tent, you hear this like sudden yowling, and you start awake. And as you grab your staff and dash outside, kind of like thinking the worst, you see like Gesh like pulling on an indifferent princess who is clamped down onto Nox's tail, and you see Nox just like screaming and spitting and cursing.
Just clawing at this poor animal.
Oh!
And so Gesh looks upon this utter insanity, turns around, and goes back in.
And just,
You know what? Fair enough.
And just before you guys do that, I want all three of you to make a perception check.
Oh no.
A perception check. Okay.
Perception check.
What's my
How much?
perception? That's not my sheet. Where is my sheet? That's my sheet.
19.
Ooh.
Fucking hell!
Look at you perceiving things.
15.
I'm in a panic.
Oh, Jesus.
He sees everything.
24.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on very high alert. She's on very high alert.
Not getting away.
Okay, so as you guys are trying to like get Princess off of Nox's tail, suddenly you all stop when you hear the snapping of a branch, and you all freeze. Even Princess like opens his jaw to like drop Nox's throbbing tail at this point. And for a second, there aren't any other sounds. You wait just a moment, and then you hear another snap. You hear the shambling of unsteady feet on the ground. You hear the clanking of chains against each other. You even hear the unsheathing of a sword.
Oh.
Oh no.
I don't like those.
What are you guys doing?
Nox, whose tail hurts, she does like one like very pointed, huffy like yank of her tail back against her body with a glare at Princess. But then she is kind of, her ears go flat and she kind of is like dropping down a little low. And she has one hand on the Courage of the Rose that she has out there with her, that she was equipped with when she was on patrol. She's not pulling it out just yet, but she's hunkering down and getting ready to fight and looking in the direction of the sound.
I am readying Eldritch Blast.
Gesh, what are you doing, buddy?
Going back to bed.
Yeah, as if. Oh, if only. Yeah, Gesh is just he's already ready. Really, he's just turned around and given up on his idea of going back to sleep. He's dashing towards where the sound came from.
Dashing.
All right. So as you guys all turn to look, you kind of look towards away from the campfire to a little spot that's kind of like the forest edge a little bit. And you see a bush. You see it shake. And you hear the unsteady feet again. Finally, the shadows move. And a large figure walks out from behind the bush. You instantly recognize the sight of bleached bone, of rags hanging off a dead corpse. You see a rusty, notched blade in one hand, and you see an ancient shield in the other. Hollow eyes stare at you with a jaw that dangles, with only a bit of rotting sinew to keep it there. A shambling, death-rattle skeleton stands before you all. It lifts its sword, and as it does, 3 more skeletons rise out from the dark, one armed with a bow, one armed with a shield and an axe, one armed with a massive broadsword. And they're all looking right at you, and I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not
fair
Ozla
enough.
and Fenkin, because you guys are still asleep.
Yeah.
Guys! While this is happening, I roll
5.
slapping Fenn's legs.
Oh. Was it a nat 1?
No, it was a 3.
Oh. I was gonna drink.
7.
And I shout to wake them up.
Well, you gotta roll initiative first.
Talking is a
18.
free action, sir.
Initiative first.
I already did.
You got
Well,
a 5.
Not 5.
I got an 18.
Okay, Gesh is going first. Unless Nox has like not 20.
No, she got a 7.
Okay, what'd you get again, Gesh? Sorry.
18.
18. Okay. All right. So the skeleton with the shield and the sword is first, and with speed that betrays its decaying body, it rushes towards you, Nox, and it flashes out with this short sword, with this rusty, decayed-looking short sword, and
Assy.
attacks. Does a 23 hit?
What do you think, Connor?
Does
Do you think it's 23 hits? I'm a bard. Do you think it's 23 hits?
I don't know. Does a 23 hit?
Yes, it is.
All right. So there's a sudden burning, tearing sensation on your chest as you watch the blade flash out in front of you, and it cuts deep into your skin, and you take 5, 6,
Ow.
7 points of piercing damage.
7? Okay.
Oh, God.
If Dhuur'in's free action yell isn't gonna wake them up, possibly Nox's cat screech of pain might.
Fenkin and Nox, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Thank
Perception with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Oh, God.
Wait, who?
Ozla and Fenkin.
Oh, Ozla.
me.
Okay.
Hey, y'all are sleeping.
Yeah.
Wake up, bitch.
You motherfucker. We need your help. Don't forget to put your armor on before you come out here.
What did you say? Perception.
Perception, yeah.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
So you roll twice and you take the lowest roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh my god,
No.
my highest is 24, and which was a natural 20, and my lowest is a 22.
Whoa. Oh God. Oh no.
I got 18 on the first one with like a plus 1 in perception, and that was 19. Second one I rolled, I got 2 with a plus 1, so I have 3.
Okay, so since this is happening all at once, what I'll do is I'll go through the current round, and then I'll play through you guys hearing the scream. But Gesh,
Yep.
you've just seen a skeleton almost cut Nox in half with just its first attack. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing, bestie?
It's not that far away. It's practically right next to you. The one with the sword and
Right,
shield.
okay.
The other 3, the ones with the axe, the bow, and the great blade, they're about 10 feet away.
Right, okay. So... I'm gonna have Gesh just run forth, try and smack this guy away from Nox. Like I guess, like, trying to smack the head.
Alright.
Smack the head.
Do you want to do like a cool Bruce Lee fucking like force fist like that?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Roll your attack, my man.
You could have
Okay.
That would have been funny.
Wait, do I add?
Skeletons. How high can their AC be?
Don't
Do I
ask.
add proficiency?
Don't ask.
Because I have proficiency in perception.
Yeah, you're supposed to add. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Wait. What?
How high's your proficiency? The bonus.
2.
Okay.
That will give me 24.
You know exactly what's going on out there.
Oh wait.
You're extremely aware.
You woke from a dead sleep like, they're fighting.
3 skeletons.
I got
a bow in his sleep.
13.
What was that, Gesh?
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 just hits. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
And this is an unarmed strike, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for monks, I believe that's 1d4 plus your dexter strength, your choice.
Right.
Are the skeletons dressed any certain way?
They have kind of like old style, kind of like belted loincloths, sort of. The one with the greatsword has like this kind of battle harness on it, but other than that, they're skeletons. They have not the need for clothing that you or I have.
Yeah, that's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay, just 1 second. Where is the fucking monk? Jesus Christ! Here we go. Okay. Okay. And you can make 2 unarmed strikes in a row. You know that, right?
No,
Make another.
I know that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do another one then.
All right.
Gonna go. Yeah, another one to the same place. Right to the. Wait, I have to. Do I have to do another attack roll?
Yeah, you do have to do another attack roll.
Uppercut.
For the chance to hit, or for the damage.
For the chance to hit.
Right. Okay. Get some battle music kicking. We got Fred boat in here. All right, everybody, turn your Fred boat down.
Oh God.
That's a 12.
That's 12. That one does not hit, unfortunately.
Shit. God damn it.
So what was your initial damage there?
5.
Okay. So as you bring your palm up to hit the skeleton in the skull, you are able to like knock it away from Nox, and you do hear a horrible crack, but it is still standing.
Yeah.
Okay. 8. All right. Next up in the order is not Nox, not Gesh, but the skeleton with the sword. Not with the great sword. And this one will move up and attack you, Gesh.
Oh yay! That's great.
That's a big ass miss. So, as you look up from hitting the first skeleton, you watch as this other skeleton brings this huge sword up and down, but you're able to roll away just in time to see the sword just dig right into the earth. And that brings us to the skeleton with the bow, who will take a shot at you, Gesh.
Thanks.
But I thought Fenkin was asleep.
17.
Sorry, that took me like a full 3 minutes to understand that joke.
Does a 21 hit?
What?
Does a 21
Connor, we're level 2. We're all level 2.
I'm just asking.
Do I have to say my AC or something? Or
yeah.
What's your AC?
Is a 22 bigger than your AC?
Well, since my armor class is 15, I think so.
All right. So
everybody, make sure your Fred boat's turned down to a comfortable level.
Wait. How?
I'm playing
Also,
no copyright battle music.
Say M said remember copyright, but you're already on it.
So, Gesh, you roll away only to feel like a sharp sting in your shoulder as a rusty arrow embeds itself there, and you take.
Damn it! I just got this shoulder healed.
You take 8 points of damage.
Fuck.
Ow!
Okay.
Is that the tetanus? Is there additional points for tetanus?
And wouldn't you know, it's the skeleton with the axe's turn. And he's going
Ooh,
to
this is
charge forward
dramatic.
and take another swing at Nox. And that's
Good.
gonna miss too. And so Nox, you've kind of staggered away at this point, and good for you too, because the axe that just flashed out would have taken your head off. But now it's your turn, and you have 3 assailants within range. What are you doing?
All right, the one that just took a meaty little swipe at me. Hold on, my volume of the music is still too high. All right, the one that just attacked me with the axe, I am going to make a sword. I'm gonna do a sword on him. I'm gonna do a sword.
All right. So
With
you're activating Courage of the Rose.
Yes.
All right.
So for the purposes, so for the purpose of flavor, she already had like her hand on it, so she was already kind of ready because she, anticipated that they were about to get attacked when she heard some noises. So they can see her as she's kind of staggering back in pain. Her the cloth that covers her chest has been like kind of bloodied and tattered a little bit from this blow. And she, through gritted teeth, she goes, "Courage!" And the cane that she had becomes a sword with a rose on the hilt. And so she draws this sword very quickly, with a wild look in her eye, and she swings it at the skeleton, and dramatic place for the music to stop. Yeah, I was gonna say you probably missed it. Let's see. 11. That was an 11.
An 11?
Yeah.
Okay. and that's adding all your proficiencies and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, it would have looked really cool to like do this this quick draw attack, but the skeleton it did kind of whiff just inches away from the skeleton's neck, kind of like how it almost hit your neck as well. But Dhuur'in, it's your turn.
I had an Eldritch Blast ready. I'm going to step back so I am not so much in the combat. I'm almost in the trees. Roundabout behind-ish the tent. And I'm going to fire my Eldritch Blast at the skeleton with the bow and arrow.
Okay. Go and roll your attack.
$22 to hit.
That, yeah, yes.
10 damage.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, as you ready the crackling arcane energy in your hand, Princess scurries up your leg and kind of like wraps around your neck on your shoulder, hissing at the skeletons. And just in time for that to happen, you unleash the energy, and it surges forward in this toxic green color that brightens up the entire forest for a moment, before slamming into the skeleton that was wielding the bow. And you watch as its head is blown straight off its body. It's still standing, but it's now kind of like.
Yeah, bitch. I got to hold on Princess so that he's like not going anywhere.
One arm around Princess, the other one unleashing hell.
Yeah.
Okay, so as this happens, Gesh and not Gesh, Ozla and Fenkin. You guys suddenly wake up with a start to the sound of Nox's yowling scream, and then to the sounds of clanking swords and some kind of arcane explosion. What are you doing?
Stretch!
And then sits up so fast. It sits up so fast in the little, what is it called?
Hammer.
Hammer that it spins around and it's thrown down onto the floor. And then he's just like, what?
Get your armor on and get out of here.
She got 5 in perception, so I don't know what the fuck she wants. Did he fall on top of her? Is that what you said?
If she's beneath him, yeah.
I don't know where she is. She is in there somewhere, but not where I know.
I'll say you weren't above him, but you did hear the thump of a twinky little body hitting the ground, which was enough to wake you up further.
From what I remember, she's in like a bunch of pillows, so she's probably gonna like roll over back onto her face and just toss the pillow as she goes at him. Like, what are you doing?
As he finally gets up from the floor, he's whacked in the face with a pillow. And he's just like... and then he sort of blinks and stares. Here's the fighting, and then he's just like, fuck! And he scrambles up and like grabs his hood and his bow, and he rushes out the tent.
Ozla, are you following him?
She's gonna like... She's very sluggish, so she's probably gonna turn over, look at him like that, and go, fuck. And just try and like scramble up and run out. She's like barely dressed as well, so...
Okay, so trailing your hammer behind you like a tired kid dragging his backpack to school, you guys make your way out of the tent, and you see what appears to be 4 undead creatures currently beating the shit out of your companions. Luckily for you, though, they didn't know you were there, so you guys get a surprise round, which means you two roll initiative right now.
Yay! Oh, well, fuck.
What'd you get, Ozla?
I got 7.
I got
But hey,
13.
surprise round means you guys go now.
I have 13.
Oh, I know they go now. I just wanted to make sure which one's going first. So, Fenkin, it's your turn.
Yeah, boy! Okay, he's gonna be a bit disoriented, and as he's like searching for an arrow and like putting it on his bow, he's sort of looking between the enemies to figure out which one he should aim for.
The biggest sword, probably.
Yeah, he settles for that one. I'll go with that one. So he aims and shoots.
All right, make your attack roll.
Adding proficiency because it's a bow.
Yeah, adding your insane plus
Your dex and your proficiency.
$20.
Yes. And this is your longbow, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I only have one longbow.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Yes, sir. And this is just 1d8 without, or is it plus dexterity too?
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus your dex.
9.
No, goddamn.
Nice.
All right, so you launch an arrow, and it whistles through the air before like slamming into the sword skeleton's eye socket. It was about to take another swing at Gesh, but this kind of like staggers it. You said 9 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It dies.
All right. It does not. It is staggering back. But Ozla, it is your turn now. And if you decide to make an attack on the skeletons with your hammer, you do get advantage because skeletons have a vulnerability to bludgeoning damage.
Hell yeah, baby!
Which I should have remembered for you, Ethan. I do apologize.
Just add like 2 to the damage roll.
I've just remembered about features and traits as well, and she's got reckless attack, and I think I can roll that on my first turn. I don't know what that means.
You wouldn't need to do that right now, because basically what reckless attack does is it gives you advantage on this next attack, but for the rest of the round, all attacks against you have advantage. But because you already have advantage, you wouldn't need to. You don't need to do that.
Okay.
You can also burst into a rage if you like.
You're mad because you got woken up.
I'm gonna say very sleepy. I think I'm gonna save her rage.
Okay.
Now. But she is gonna attack. Fuck, I can't scroll. She is gonna attack with her warhammer. And that says +4 attack bonus. So 1d8 plus bludgeoning plus. What's the closest one to her?
Closest one's going to be the great sword.
Okay, she's going to attack the great sword guy with a hammer. Well, shit, she needs those extra points.
You can
Oh wait,
roll
that's
with
not a
advantage.
d8.
You can roll with advantage. You roll twice and take a higher roll.
Okay, I need to roll again. I think this was the higher roll. So she 8 plus 4. Count that. 16.
That hits.
Yay!
Roll your damage.
Hmm?
Roll your damage.
Oh shit. That's with a d20, right?
No, for your warhammer, that's 1d8 plus your strength.
Okay. Fucking hell. Wait, I have proficiency in strength. So do I have the proficiency?
Not to your attack.
That's saving throws. That's not really. That's just for like, you know, if some like a boulder's falling on you and you want to catch it before it crushes you.
Okay.
So just your regular strength bonus.
I got 11.
11. Oh shit. Okay. Wow.
Oh.
So
Fuck you, skeletons.
as the skeleton staggers back from the arrow in its eye, it looks up and the last thing it sees is this screaming halfling bringing down this hammer on it, and you just brain this skeleton right there on the spot. You actually like cave its skull into its rib cage and the rib cage into the pelvis as you bring it down into you basically just powder the poor thing into the ground. But that is one skeleton very dead.
Dope.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
God damn. Okay. So,
That counts as a bonding moment.
so back to the top of the order, we have the skeleton with the shield that is going to take a swing at Gesh.
Oh, thanks. Great.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is you're gonna do a cool monk thing. As you stand up, you see the sword coming down, and this is like a one-handed sword. So you do that cool thing where the monks kind of cross their arms and just like catch it like that. So
Can I? Oh, wait. We'll have to wait for my turn before I can do something cool with that. Or...
Oh no, that's just for flavor, my man. That's just for flavor. Don't you worry about that. Next up is Gesh. You've got this. Just blocked an attack. What are you doing?
Can I break the sword with my hands? Just like or something. I don't know.
You know what? Make a strength check. I'll allow it because that would look baller.
That would be so cool if you
It would look pretty baller.
If you pulls this off, then you have to draw it.
Yeah. I'm guessing a 5 isn't gonna work.
Unfortunately not, no. The steel is very old and rusted, but as you try to like break it in your hands, there is nothing, but because I'm a merciful DM, I'll still let you make make one attack if you want.
Okay.
Rip its spine out!
You could like bring a foot up and try to kick it in the ribcage if you want.
Go on.
Yeah.
Actually, can I blast it right in the face with my dragon breath?
Abso-fucking-lutely, you may. Abso-goddamn-lutely.
Okay, that's good.
You've got the sword locked and you just go, Bwah! Fuck you!
It's like that. It's like that one Skyrim comic that's like, fuck you, no fuck you! Okay. So, not only, hang on, this is a line, so not only would you be hitting the one with the sword, you're hitting the one with the shield with the bow behind it. So they have to make,
cool.
So they have to make a saving throw.
Is it Dex?
What's your Constitution modifier?
So 3.
3. Okay. 8, 13.
Fail that save. Fail that save.
Dex save. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. Nope. Nope. Oh boy.
Yes.
So the sword and shield guy rolled a 4 and the bow rolled a 1. So you guys watch as Gesh takes a deep, deep breath. You watch the scales of his neck and underbelly glow bright blue, and his eyes start to spark with electronic energy before he finally, and the one you unload this destructive wave right in front of the creature's face, and it unleashes a bright light even brighter than Dhuur'in's Eldritch Blast. And because the one that you that you were doing it, you hit one point blank in the face, and its skull just disintegrates. And behind it, the other skeleton, the headless one, it's blown back by the force, and both of them clatter down in a pile of bones, dead.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Dead again.
Super
Well,
dead.
3 dead.
That means one skeleton.
The whole party just like.
Fuck me, Gesh.
Long range.
And
So
unfortunately,
much for this ambush.
That's what Dhuur'in said.
unfortunately, it's not even that skeleton's turn. It's Fenkin's turn.
Kill it!
Kill it!
Kill it!
Hello.
Kill it!
How far away is the skeleton from me?
It's not that far away. It's about 10 feet away from where you are at the tent.
No, we're not gonna use the bow anyway, just because fuck it. He only grabbed his bow, I'm gonna say, so he's gonna shoot it.
All right, make your attack. And just so you guys know, I've turned down Fredboat pretty much all the way because I don't know how it's going to pick up on the recording here. That's something I do need to test, but I'd read, but once I test it and it turns out like it doesn't drown anybody out, no problem. I'll.
It's
use it
more
next time.
for us.
Yeah.
Will 23 hit?
Yep.
Who
rolled your hit?
Me, when I have my proficiency added and stuff, I'm like, yeah.
You went from like clattering arrows on the ground to like banking 30s.
Now you're like, Owing.
Alex looking away, not even paying attention to the fight.
Damage is going to be
died.
Damage, what?
8.
8. Okay. You unleash another arrow, and it strikes the skeleton. And unfortunately, it's still standing, but it is staggering. And that leaves us with its and it is its turn. So it tries to take another swing at Nox.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah! Fuck you!
So you watch the skeleton wind back too hard, and the arm pops off. And it like has this moment of like Nox, it's your turn.
Awesome.
Get the other arm.
Get him. Stick him. Yeah, I mean, she still has her sword out. She's gonna make a second attempt to fuck up that other arm.
Oh.
Let's go. Where's my D20? Big money, no whammies.
Peach, I'm gonna be gay.
No whammies. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
What did you get?
Oh.
What is that? I mean, it sucks ass, whatever it is. It's a 9.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
She got hurt really bad, okay?
So,
She's bleeding a lot.
I'm gonna say you thrust out with Courage of the Rose, and it just like slides through the skeleton.
Like between his ribs, yeah.
Skeleton goes, gah!
You'll never defeat me!
Bitch, you fought!
No, I said no, you were here.
Ozla, it's your turn.
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit this guy with... What?
Smash it!
Smash it. I'm gonna try and smack it with the warhammer again.
And you got advantage because it's a skeleton, and you have a big fuck-off hammer.
Ozla goes, Detroit!
15. Oh wait, I have to roll twice. I'm an idiot. Okay. 15 with the... Yeah, I got 15.
Okay, roll your damage.
Kill it.
Oh wait, D8. I'm fucking forgetting basic shit. Oh. Okay. Oh wait, with the attack. 1d8 plus 2 plus 9. Can't give me a minute. Oh, 8.
Okay.
10.
Tell me a story. How does it die?
Yay!
Ozla rushes. When she sees Nox like is stuck, she rushes over with the hammer like down at her side, and like what happened to Princess with Dhuur'in's staff, she winds the hammer up and swings it up into the skeleton's jaw and sends it flying off your feet.
Alright, you guys watch as Ozla like winds up this most solid of hits and slams the hammer up into the skull of the skeleton, and you watch as the skeleton is lifted up off the ground, and you wait for it to come down, and it doesn't, because it's now like embedded into the limb of a tree. All you see are 2 dangling skeleton feet.
Oh god.
And with that, all the skeletons lie down. Oh,
Did we lose?
The
Red boat.
Dhuur'in looks to the rest of the party and goes, "Good morning."
Also, it's still very much not morning. The moon is still very high in the sky. There's still stars in the air.
Fenkin puts his bow back onto his back, hops, and goes back into the tent. You're to sleep, okay?
So, in the aftermath of the fight, there's kind of this like long gorge in the ground that's been carved out by Gesh's lightning breath. That's still kind of like smoking and smoldering. Nox, you're bleeding somewhat heavily.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, Ozla, as you turn around, kind of like with a smile on your face, as you look at your handiwork, you turn to see Nox kind of on her knees with her hand on her chest, and just gouts of blood coming out from between her paws.
Ozla turns around with a smile on her face, and as she sees it, it's just like, oh god, oh fuck, oh Christ. Fenn, come back!
What? I'm going back to bed.
You're such a selfish asshole, come here!
Fine, what is... Oh, shit. He's saying
what am I meant to do?
He's like, wait, hold on. Just calm down, it's fine. Nox, are you okay?
Nox is on her knees, like her paws, her fur is just like matted with blood, and she's got blood all down her armor, and she just looks up at him, and She just says, "What do you think?"
Right. Sit still, and then he kind of sinks down, crouches down next to her, and he performs cure wounds on her.
Okay. How much does that heal again?
Let me check.
What's it like? 2d4 plus 2 or something?
I do not know. It doesn't.
Forget. Yeah, I can look up. Let me look it up real quick. Cure
I should write
wounds.
this out.
While they're figuring this out, Gesh and Dhuur'in, what are you guys doing at this point?
Well, Gesh is he's pulled out the arrow that was in his shoulder. It's just dripped up to it, and he's just trying to cover up the hole that's left in his shoulder. And then he walks over to Fenkin. He's like, "Could you heal me next, please?"
It's a 1d8, by the way. 1d8.
It's only one time. Wait, I have 2 spell slots, so I can use it twice, right?
I believe you do, yeah.
But I only use it once.
Yeah, you can use it twice if you want.
Alright. So let's Gesh up and down.
That's gonna eat up. That's gonna eat up 2 spell slots, though. Just so you know.
Yeah, but it's still nice.
Do we have any
go to bed? But yeah, he just looks at him and he like grimaces a little bit and he's like, fine. And yeah, I'm gonna heal.
Pretty sure I still have a potion.
So you're healing both. So you're healing both Nox and Gesh.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys heal 1d8 as Fenkin's hands reach out to touch you, Gesh, on the shoulder, and you, Nox, also on the shoulder, and you both watch as tiny vines sprout up from your skin and kind of clasp around the wound, and then they just kind of decay away and die, leaving only reddened scar flesh.
I love that.
Gross.
Wait, so do I? By 1d8, do I have to roll a 1d8?
No. Fenkin has to roll that.
Yeah,
Right.
Rolo.
I'm gonna start with Nox.
1d8 plus. What's your spellcasting modifier?
Is it
Let's
plus
see.
2?
Spellcasting, where is that?
It'll be down with your spells.
Yeah, it should be on the second page of your thingy. Oh, it's not.
What is it? Wait, it's
Yours
No, I
isn't
think
on your
it's just-
sheet.
I think it's just like whatever skill is your spellcasting modifier, like whatever, like if it's your charisma or your intelligence.
Yeah, it should say that at the top of your spell sheet.
It doesn't, because I'm looking at it right now. Nope.
no, but you're looking at the old one. Is it spell attack bonus or spell save DC?
Spell
No,
attack
wait.
bonus.
Wisdom, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The number you're looking for is your spell attack bonus.
Okay, so +2 for wisdom.
Yep. So
Wait, shouldn't it be plus? Wait, is it? Wait, doesn't she add her proficiency to that?
I don't.
Or no?
I don't think so. No, I think it's just the
I
spell.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
then why is my spell attack bonus +6? Weird.
That's just this is spell specific. That since Cure Wounds isn't like an attack spell, so you don't add any proficiencies or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah,
gotcha.
go ahead and roll 1d8 and then add 2.
And then add 2.
Yeah,
Cool.
so Nox is gonna heal for 7.
Awesome. That's bringing me to full health. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Ooh, and Gesh is gonna heal for 9.
Oh, cool.
You're welcome!
Okay.
Fenkin's very good at this.
Thank you.
So now,
Wait, that's one more than my
And you're just at full.
You're just at full.
Yeah.
just a full then.
yeah, there's no overhealing, unfortunately, now.
I'm so good at this.
Okay.
That said, however, do you guys want to kind of take a look at the bodies or anything? Or
Yes.
all right.
Of course, I'm rooting around in the bones.
So,
I'm taking some bones.
so as per usual,
And keeping some.
Dhuur'in is while you guys are healing up, Dhuur'in is off doing unspeakable things, rooting through rotting bone and all that. And Dhuur'in, give me an investigation check.
Is that an intelligent? Oh.
I dropped my dice.
Oh.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so cool.
It landed on. So that's a 16.
Okay, so judging by the rot of the skin, of what little skin is left on the bone, you can tell that whatever made these skeletons, they were made recently because the rot isn't all that set in. But also, you find something curious as you move from bone pile to bone pile. On each skeleton's sternum bone, nailed there with a very rusty nail, is a piece of withered paper. And you pick it up, and at first you can't read it, but because it's in a language you don't understand. But as your as your eldritch abilities activate, you watch as the words kind of like break apart and reassemble into something that you can read. And on it, on each piece of paper, in very bad handwriting, it simply says, "Bring more bodies."
Ooh. More parts.
Okay.
And I would like you to make another investigation check.
Ooh.
This one's not going to be as good because it's not going to fall on the floor. Actually, that's a 20.
Oh.
A nat 20?
No, it's a natural 19.
All right.
Dirty 20.
All right. So as you look up from the note, you also see footprints in the mud, and they're leading off into the forest. But you see that all the skeletons were kind of like walking the same direction in a straight line.
Yeah, I'm rooting around. I'm picking up some bones that I want to keep. I've got a rib that I off of the spine of one of them. Put it in my bag.
And Princess was with you the entire time, so maybe you take a bone, give it to Princess, and Princess is just like, "Ooh."
No! We'll go dinner.
Dinner. Here's dinner.
All of the notes. I took all of the ones from the skeletons that were still more or less intact, and I've got them all. And I'm holding them like cards, like. Oh. And I turn back to the party and point. They came from that way.
Huh?
They were sent, and I hold up the notes that nobody else can read.
Leave them squinting.
Well, actually, can anybody here read Goblin?
No.
Nope.
Doesn't mean a damn thing to anybody.
Wait, we're gonna go see goblins.
Got all of them, all of the notes in my hand.
So you guys watch as Dhuur'in says, "They came from this way," and hold up a bunch of notes with just like meaningless Scrabble on them. But you also know that Dhuur'in, as insane as he seems, when Dhuur'in knows something's up, something's up.
Fenkin lets out a deep sigh once she finishes healing up. Gesh and Mark is like, here we go again. And then he looks at the others like, well, are we going or not?
I turn and start walking.
Yeah, Gesh quickly follows without confirming with anybody else.
What? Okay.
So you guys, being the intrepid adventurers that you are, maybe you don't all have like a very good grasp of spells and magic and like the arts of necromancy and all that, but you know for a fact that skeletons, especially animated skeletons, are not something that occur naturally.
There's never been a skeleton in nature ever.
A walking skeleton, you ass.
Go grab the tent. Don't forget to grab the tent.
Oh.
Anyway, you know that skeletons are not animated naturally. And from this, and from Dhuur'in's surprising action of tearing right into the woods, you all start to think the same thing. Clearly, someone or something is creating undead abominations and cannot be allowed to continue, especially this close to Zadash, this close to Kubo, this close to Zilbin, and everybody else you have met. What do you do?
We're gonna go get him.
Yeah, we're gonna go get this necromancer. We're gonna make him eat his own face.
There's not room here for two necromancers, motherfucker.
Right.
He grabs Oz by the back of her like shirt and then her neck and just sort of like drags her along. Like she's very heavy. She's like struggling a bit and dragging her as she follows them.
She's like
leaving Nox behind with like the tent.
She's just holding the tent corner in one hand and like half falling asleep. Like.
Okay, so do you guys want to like pack up the tent on the campsite before you guys leave, or?
I got a hold of it.
Okay. So you're just dragging the tent behind you?
Yeah.
He's dragging them both.
Isn't it their pop-up tent? Can't they just unpop it?
Yeah. I was gonna say as soon as like you start to drag Ozla away, and as Ozla drags the tent, the stakes come undone, and the tent is now a small wooden tent that's just lying on the ground.
Oh no! When that happens, she wakes up and then she's like, "Fuck! Let go!" And she just like stamps back and like scrapes up all the dirt under her nails. And she runs to Fenkin and she shoves it in his pocket.
Hey!
Hold still!
So, Gesh and Nox, you watch as the more, we shall say the more brash members of your group make their way into the darkness. You're both just kind of like standing there looking at each other.
Wait, no, Gesh immediately went.
Alright, Gesh. Okay, so it's just Nox who's watching like the rest of the shepherds leave for the forest.
Lovely.
Alright.
Yeah, she's very she's been very shaken since this fight. She just kind of hasn't said anything. Her ears have been like flat all this time, just like an unhappy cat. And even though she's not injured anymore, she's still kind of like clutching at her chest. But she's just gonna follow and not say anything.
All right. So, leaving the dying campfire behind, the darkness beyond the borders of your little camp seems eternal, stretching forever deep into the thick of the woods. The canopy of trees and the trunks that meet the earth yawn open like a gaping maw, prepared to swallow you up at any given moment. The timber and rustle of unquiet things sing in the night all around you, and though none of you say it, you are all thinking the same thing. What manner of undead horrors lies beyond this point? What is waiting deep in the dark? There is only one way to truly know. And with that, you are off into the forest, leaving behind the safety of the campfire and the comfort of your tent. And before we get started, I've got to pee really quick and grab a glass of water, so back in 5 minutes.
All right.
Take a break.
And they're walking.
And they're walking.
So, how's your guys' night been?
Bad.
Yeah? I hit Fen in the face with a pillow. Was it that bad?
Not great.
Not great. Not great. Have you fucked Gesh yet?
No.
You should get on that.
I have not asked.
You you want, you can join me, Nox, in trying to find out what his dick size is.
Why haven't you asked?
I don't like asking. I just do it.
Gesh.
Oh, I want to do it myself. I'm just shy.
Never mind.
Wait, no, do it again. Ask him to lift up his skirt.
Gesh. She wants to see underneath your skirt.
No.
Just a peek.
I'm back, and I've got my my liquid death mountain water, which will,
Nice.
which will,
Oh,
according to
fuck.
the can, murder my thirst.
You'll see what we got down to while you were gone. We did a little role playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody want to give me a quick rundown of that?
Hang on.
You'll see when you watch the recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in that case, I'll read the little introduction I have.
Introduction.
As the shepherds begin their frightening sojourn into the woods to find the source of the undead blight, around you is an unnatural chill that permeates the dark around you. You don't remember it being this dark when you first started, nor do you remember it being this cold. A low fog curls around your knees and your ankles as you walk, twisting into strange and alien shapes as thick as butter. The cold bites at your bones, and the verdant green of the once inviting forest now seems dismal and hungry. As nerves war with logic, it feels like every flickering light could be a watching eye. It feels like every limb of a tree could be a grasping hand or a raking claw. The unease is palpable even amongst the most stoic of the group, as you all share the sinking feeling that you're not alone in these tainted woods. Princess is shivering, curled up tight around Ozla's neck like a scarf. And so you guys are just kind of walking along, the mud squishing beneath your boots as you go. And I'm going to open this up to, a little role-play moment if you guys want.
A little bit more. And what does Gesh have to say for Dhuur'in's request?
And plus, you guys can make any checks you want, whatever. Just let me know.
I would like to make a perception check.
What are you trying to perceive?
For noises that sound like movement.
All right. Give me a perception check. By the way, I bought this as a joke, the liquid death stuff, and it's actually really good. And I've drunk more water than, it's a good reminder to drink water, is what I'm saying.
14.
14. Okay. So as you kind of look about the forest and listen closely, there's eerily enough no twittering of birds, no chirping of insects. It's entirely silent. So silent that for a moment you believe the whispering you hear to be just a figment of your imagination. But the whisper is soon very palpable to you. Quiet, as though far away, but still very much there. And if anybody else wants to make a perception check real quick.
I'll make one.
Alright, Fenkin, go.
So just to be clear, they are not the whispers of my elder evil god?
You would know. The distance of the whispers that you normally hear are very close and very loud. These are very distant.
17.
Okay. So, Fenkin, Dhuur'in, as you guys walk along, you both hear a corpse-like voice, croaky and dry. Like a zombie crawling out of a tomb. You hear it. Turn back! Leave this place! Damnation!
I must hear.
I am already damned. Ready for weapons.
He's tonguing back to the.
Fenkin puts a hand on his bow and he's just like, did you hear that? Did anyone else hear that?
Nox looks alarmed. What did you hear?
A voice urging us to turn back.
I'd rather a pleasant one at that. He could really use some tea or something.
Well, I don't need to be told twice. And she turns around and she's walking away.
Get back here!
You guys watch as the bard of your group turns around and starts making
Pieces out. Fuck this.
But as soon as you do, Nox, you hear the whispers as well. You hear, turn back! And just as you hear it, you feel something clamp onto your tail. And for a moment, you think that perhaps it's Princess again, and you whirl around to maybe even kick the stupid raccoon this time. But staring up from the fog is a green, rotting face. Its eyes infested with biting maggots. Blood dribbles from open sores and pustules as a zombie rises up from the fog. And from its throat, you hear, turn back! and finally, all around you, the entire group, more shapes move in the fog. Shambling, twisting, twitching, they rise. 8 zombies now surround you, rotting, groaning, moaning, and shambling towards you.
I ready my Eldritch Blast.
Finn, you.
Yeah. So can we see them in the fog, or are they just like?
Yeah, you see them rise up from the fog, and at first they kind of look like dark, shadowy shapes, but as they like shamble closer, their limbs loose and their heads almost like lolling off their bodies. You can see like just these undead, rotting corpses, just infested.
No,
with
you know what?
environment.
I want to whip out my spear. I want to use my spear for once. I have a spear, by the way.
Unfortunately for you guys, though, all 8 zombies get a surprise round.
Ah.
I should have saved my spells!
Wait, is it too late for Nox to stomp the one that touched her? Because she definitely tried to.
Yeah, I'll say that you get a chance to stomp this zombie before the rest of the zombies.
It's not like a coordinated attack. It's a knee-jerk, fucking panic. Like, holy shit! get away from me.
Okay, roll your attack.
What do you want me to roll for that? Do you want me to roll it like it's an unarmed?
Yeah,
I guess that is
unarmed.
Okay, that's fucking. I think that's still just a +5, I guess.
What?
14.
Okay, that hits. Roll your damage. And that's going to be just
a D4, probably.
Just a second. Because it's different. It's different from monks because they're trained to punch, and you're just kind of throwing like a kick at a zombie's face out of a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
So, forgive me while I forget the fucking. Oh, God damn it! Look under melee attack. Look at me! I can't be helpful. I've had a rough morning.
There's suddenly drums in my ear, and I'm like, hello?
Well, I guess I should find more battle music.
Yay!
Woo!
Okay, so that deals bludgeoning damage equal to 1 plus your strength modifier. What's your strength modifier?
I think it might just be 0. Yeah, it's a 0. So.
Okay. So you deal only 1 damage to this zombie that's still laying on the ground, grabbing at your tail. And as you clutch your boot into its face, you feel its skull give a little bit. It's very soft and squishy, and it makes a sound as like your boot sinks into its face.
Nox fucking screams bloody murder. And her fur is all raised.
Once again, the zombies they all get a surprise round. All 8 zombies. So here's what I'm gonna do. 1 is going to attack Nox. 2 are going to attack Ozla. 2 are going to attack Fenkin. 2 are going to attack Gesh. And 1's going to attack Dhuur'in. So we'll start with
Squishy Caster.
Your favorite.
So we'll start with Nox, with the zombie that you just tried to curb stomp. 17 hits, right?
Yep.
Ah, you poor thing. Okay.
Oh god.
You take 5 damage as the zombie's rotting nails rake across your ankles.
Gross. Gross and horrible.
Ozla, you're up next.
Yay. Yeah.
Does a 17 and a 12 hit?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, so 2 zombies shamble towards you. 1 is holding its head under its shoulder, and the other seems like a little more put together, so to speak. And as they lash out, you're able to bring up your shield and block both attacks in succession. Gesh, the 2 are attacking you. And I guarantee you those didn't hit either, so... these attacks are very lazy and sloppy, and with your training, you're able to, Bruce Lee block them with no problem. Fenkin, let's see how well you fare, my buddy, my boy, my lad, my dude. God, zombies fucking suck! I wanted this encounter to be scary, but these are, the shittiest zombies I've ever played.
But hey, remember I have very low AC.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
I didn't think so! Yeah.
They're gonna kill me, though.
Explain how he dodges them, please. I want to hear it.
Well, I think I feel like the 5, he just batted it away, with a hand. Just eh.
A bitch slap.
It's like, meh.
He slapped it. It's like, you, get out of here.
And Dhuur'in, what's your AC again?
13.
Zombie, get him!
Oh,
stick him!
You poor motherfucker.
Oh no! Oh no!
1, 2 squishy ones, and then.
So, Dhuur'in, you try to poke away the zombie that's making its way towards you, but unfortunately for you, it shambles forward and with a sudden collapse, sinks its rotting teeth right into your neck as you take 5 points of damage.
Oh shit.
Do I need to make any saving throws?
Yeah, make a strength saving throw because it's going to try to grapple you.
It got me.
What was it?
A 3.
Yeah, you're grappled right now.
No. I'm grappled.
Save the twink!
The one member in your party that can nuke things from orbit is currently locked in battle. But with that in mind, it's time to roll for initiative, everybody.
Yay! Okay.
8.
17 for Nox.
I got a 10.
Hold on, I forgot everything.
That was a 17 for Nox, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. And M, in answer to your question, initiative, you roll 1d20 and then add your initiative bonus.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Alright.
I got 22.
Holy shit.
Okay, so fucking Fenkin went yesterday.
I got 14.
Okay. Oh my god. Dhuur'in, what'd you get?
8.
Dhuur'in.
Not having a good time against these zombies. I'm rattled about the dream I had, okay? I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, excuse me while I roll for 8 zombies.
Have fun.
This has.
And, oh my god. So, zombies have a -4 to initiative.
Fair. I mean, they are zombies.
Holy shit, one of them rolled 20. A natural 20, which puts him at the top. Which puts him at the top.
Oh shit.
Whose zombie is that?
Let's hope it's not Dhuur'in's.
Just a second. I'm tallying out which ones go when, so just bear with me for a moment.
I'm gonna die.
Goodbye, cruel world.
So, I have this encounter set up a certain way, so even though there's 8 enemies, it's easy to tell, like, where everything is. One of the zombies attacking Fenkin goes first, and it's going to make an attack with a slam.
It's gonna slam you.
Is a 6 gonna hit?
No.
Didn't think so. All right, moving on. Fenkin, it's your turn.
I would like to dodge the skeleton making the attack for me, and I would pull up my bow, and I'm gonna aim for the skeleton that's grappling Dhuur'in.
Oh.
Okay.
With my longbow.
All right. So as you roll away, make your attack.
Don't, because you'll definitely hit Dhuur'in.
I got 12.
Revenge.
Did that hit?
That hits. Yeah. That hits. Yeah. It hits. Roll damage.
I might be the scariest thing you guys have ever seen. 10
7.
Okay.
I'm trying to stagger to let go of Dhuur'in.
So, taking damage does negate grappling. So as the arrow shoots clear through its throat, it does stagger away, and Dhuur'in, you feel the they just kind of the teeth lift out of your neck.
Gross.
But that is Fenkin's turn, which means it's Nox's turn.
How many zombies are within range of her right now?
Well, there's one immediately below you, and since you're standing next to Gesh and Fenkin, the 2 that are attacking Gesh and the 2 that are attacking Fenkin are within slicing distance.
Okay, so there's 4 total in her, and then 2 party members.
5 total.
5. Okay. Despite the fact that there are 2 party members right next to her, she is going to cast Thunder Wave.
What?
Because that sounds fun.
Okay. Thanks.
You're gonna kill me.
This isn't news to me. This isn't news to me.
So Thunder Wave. Okay, so what you guys are going to do? Everyone is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I've never done that before, so please guide me.
So you'll roll a d20. Wait, hold on. Let me look at your thingy. Okay, Constitution is not one of your saving throws. So Fenkin, you're going to roll a d20 and add 2. Well, first I have to roll, so let me roll first.
And I am going to say, this spell attacks in a 15-foot cube.
Yeah.
And everybody in this fight is in the 15-foot cube, including all the zombies.
Roll! Everybody roll!
Thanks.
Everybody roll!
Roll
okay, so everyone does the Constitution saving throw then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Constitution saving throw.
By Nox.
Nox! Thank you.
13.
Roll a d20 plus your constitution to save yourself.
So is the
16.
check
16.
against what I rolled? Is that how it works?
It'll be the spell DC to negate whatever effect. But I think no matter what, we're still going to get pushed back. I think it just negates
22.
Damage.
22.
It will have your damage. Yeah.
Half my damage. Thanks.
Okay. So the DC for this is 14.
I fail.
I succeed.
21!
Nice.
Nice.
Both me and Oz, both Fenkin and Oz survived.
Well, the zombies got hit, didn't they? Every single one of them.
I don't assume that zombies have a very great constitution. I would guess that they don't have great constitution.
Yeah.
What happened, Connor?
Looking for Connor!
Wait, did they all just die instantly?
First of all, does anybody know where Sophie went?
I don't know where she went, but she got 22.
She passed it. Yeah, she passed it.
I failed the save.
Sorry.
I failed it.
You're the only one. Oh my god, this quiz you won!
Oh.
Bye. Bye, guys.
So, Dhuur'in failed?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think everyone else in the party passed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nox.
Yeah.
Roll 2.
Yes.
Roll 2d8.
All right. So for everyone, for how the spell works, all of you guys that passed, you're going to take half as much damage as I'm about to roll, and you're not going to be pushed back. Dhuur'in, you're going to take all this damage, and you're going to be pushed away 10 feet.
And I'm going to die.
And you're going to die. No, you won't die. You'll be fine. Okay.
I have 15 hit points left.
Oh, you might die.
I might die.
Oh god, oh fuck.
It's
No,
fine.
you'll be fine. That was a... Wait. Okay, yeah, it was 2. That was an 8.
Oh.
So
And,
they'll take 8 damage.
and you rolled 2d8, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 and 2. So everyone that failed is taking 8, except for all of you guys that passed it, you're taking 4.
Okay.
You're taking 4 damage to Oz.
You passed it, Sophie. You
Yeah.
passed it, so you only take 4 damage.
And you're not being pushed away. But
Oh,
Dhuur'in...
yay!
So,
I am.
Nox, can you describe to
Yes.
me how you're casting this?
In a haze of panic. So she hasn't even touched any of the multiple weapons that are strapped to her body yet. She had that knee-jerk reaction of stomping that zombie that was near her, and then when she felt her heel go through its head, she screamed because that's gross, and then pretty much instantly, as soon as that happened, I imagine she cast this spell, and ordinarily it's something that would be cast with a little bit of grace or a little bit of intentional weaving of words in the ways that bards normally cast, but that is hella not the case here because this was a panic spell cast. So she just kind of throws her arms out and she yells, "Get back!" And it just it erupts from her words in this crackling wave of energy, and there's a really loud clap of thunder as she does this.
Okay, so you guys watch as Nox screams and throws her arms up, and there's this sound that just echoes through the whole forest. There's trees are shaking, leaves are shaking. The fog suddenly dissipates in a huge circle. And, yeah, so everybody who passed the check takes 4 damage. All the zombies take 8 damage.
And they all get pushed 10 feet away from where Nox is, so wherever that leads them to wherever they are. And Dhuur'in also gets pushed back, yeah.
And Dhuur'in takes
I
8
fell
damage.
over. I fell and skid on my ass.
Oh, baby boy, I'm sorry.
I'm at 7
No! He's gonna die!
I don't have any healing spells left, so Nox?
I do have a healing spell. Even though it was 100% my fault, I can use my healing spell.
Don't worry about it.
Let me do quick math here.
Quick maths.
Quick backwards math.
God damn it, you guys!
I just had healing
Please
left,
tell
so
me that at least one of them disintegrated, please.
I could heal Dhuur'in and then go, not so fun, is it?
Meanwhile, Dhuur'in's just dead on the ground.
Those I love.
Holy shit. So, yeah, you guys feel this thunderous energy kind of rattle your bones and make you shake. And all the zombies kind of like stumble back as well. And we will continue this fight in 10 minutes after the break.
Hey.
Yay.